Do you do home improvement? Have you considered a carefully planned two-step process to dominate the competition? I'd like to share a strategy called the bear trap. As far as I know, it's called the bear trap because your competition just walks into it as they give their sits with low quality or old school heavy-handed tactics, while you act as a trusted advisor, leaving them clamped to the floor and walk away with the sale. So how does it work? It's ideal for home improvement offers where the prospect is almost always going to get multiple quotes, which is pretty much all the time, right? It also works very well where other vendors are just doing sloppy jobs at doing sales appointments. Okay, which does happen in a lot of industries. Okay, so let's get into it. You build a two-step into your strategy, and rather than pushing too hard into the initial sales appointment to get the deal, you offer the prospect the space they need to go and speak to the competition. Crazy, you say, right? But here's the thing. Has your audience not just grown sick and tired of the 2.5 hour hardball, white knuckle experience that they've just been used to over the last 20, 30, 40 years? So anyway, as you know, your competition is generally going to go in with a heavy-handed one-call close. So we leverage this by prepping the prospect to be wary of the over heavy-handed approach and control the narrative of the conversation that they will have with the other reps by giving them a screening document, so to speak. This document has questions to ask the competition's reps that they will not be able to answer properly, if at all, because they're not prepared and it's loaded. We now have positioned ourselves as the trusted advisor who is not only knowledgeable in the space, as we have given them the document to use when assessing other potential vendors, but now we can be seen as the friend to the prospect that doesn't want the grabby, pushy competition to exploit them. We can further exert influence over the prospect's decision-making by leaning out of the sale and saying, whether we work together or not, please message me and before you move ahead with anything, and I'll let you know if they've got a good track record. This further demonstrates your desire not to serve and not sell. It increases your authority as well as allowing you to be the final person the prospect speaks to before pulling the trigger. Now, this doesn't mean that the call will always have to be a two-call affair. Because you're so leaned out on the initial appointment, look for signals that the prospect may want to possibly forego the multiple bids process anyway because they trust you. Ask questions like, how do you feel about your appointment today? If the vibe is good and they trust you, then use your emotional intelligence and suggest that, if they're using their gut feeling, and gut feeling is right 99.9% of the time, like ask them, would you like to maybe just avoid the delay and just move ahead now? Like, don't be overbearing on this point. Respect their process. But at least sometimes people are just going to say, do you know what? I trust you. Let's go for it. If you want to work on your home improvement process, that's cool. Just DM me and we'll see where it goes.